Salam family. My name is Mikhael Massa. Greetings. I hope you're all doing good. Um, came with Tanzania Yamazulu. He brought us together, and he came with this amazing message here that we will listen to tonight. So, brothers and sisters, I want to tell you that we have to concentrate ourselves. How can that be that we have people all around the globe talking about coronavirus, talking about different kinds of epidemic things that came over us, but they do not understand that they have to repent and that the time is near, and that Tanzania is about to changing many things. So this means that how even now you see students only talking about their studies, what they want to become, doctors, police officers, etc., engineers. Then you see also everyone outside it did not change anything. It's like many people still now talking about only about money, etc., making money, how can I become rich. And then also you see that also people had not changed to wear clothes like they have to wear before, like going now to Miami Beach and showing off, So I thought that if people sees a little bit that the world can change in a second, I thought that the people would change as well. This means that people will also repent, because it's time. It is always better to repent earlier than later. It is always better to see things coming before it already happens to you. And that's why we are here, and we want to learn. We want to see how we can overcome bad signs. So now today we want to talk about African Zionists. Thanks to brother Kojo Bantu, he has made a video in his platform West African Before Egypt. According to his movie, if you watch it, you will understand that many West Africans comes from the Egyptology. This means like Kamata. And he have explained it very well. He showed very well why Africa is not united. Why? Before we come to that, we are going to the intro. My name is Mikhael Massa. Kimbo to Tanzania Mazulu. May he bless you all, and let us learn, and may the Tanzania protect us all. Salama Bina Congo, Salama Bina Beto. We are going to learn here now some deep things. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, I want to show you something. We are going to the book. Let us go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 4:19. Deuteronomy 4:19-20. Now, and beware lest you raise your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars and the hosts of heaven, you be drawn away and bow down to them and serve them. Things that Tatanzambi Yamazulu has allotted to all the people under the whole heavens. But Tatanzambi has taken you and brought you out of the furnace, out of Egypt, to be a people of his own inheritance, as you are this day. So Tatanzambi has given all the nation of the whole earth gods, and they should worship, do astrology, alchemy, and as certain angels came down, they have started to showing our forefathers many different kinds of things, how to use metal, how to do sorcery, and the most of the things that we are speaking of today comes from Kemet. Kemet is where? Kemet is in Africa. Kemet is in Africa. Where? It is in the east and western border of Africa, all the Sahara region. So, if we want to say that we all should become one, we have to start to separating things here. Because the Most High is very clear. He took us from the Egypt to give us the promised land. This means go out of Egypt. And it wasn't the Middle East at all, huh? Go out of Egypt, go to the sub-Saharan country to live there. Now, look. This is the valley of dry bones. Ezekiel 37:1-28. Again, he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Tatanzambi. Thus said Tatanzambi unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay signs upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Tatanzambi. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and I prophesied there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. Hallelujah. This is the valley of dry bones. We came from here. This is Upper Ethiopia. This is Lower Ethiopia. Again, Upper Egypt, okay, Lower Egypt, okay. This is very, very important. Now, this is the only land they forgot to occupy. Zephaniah 3:10, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia my suppliants, even the daughter of my distress shall bring mine offering. This is a prophecy. Now, yet will I leave a remnant, that he may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations, when ye shall be scattered through the countries. From where did we scattered? From the western border of Africa, from the eastern border of Africa. So this means he said he will leave a remnant, yeah, and King David shall rule forever. Let me show you. Can the Ethiopian change the skin and the leopard his spots? Are ye not like the children of the Ethiopians, or children of Israel? So you have many things that talks about that the Ethiopians and the children of Israel, they look the same, they lived together, but according to Tatanzambi, he make a difference, a spiritual difference, a difference of the land, a difference of commandment and statutes, and this is why that most people are getting confused here. Now, Tatanzambi said that he should left a light, yeah. So a remnant should be left, a light should be left, a kingdom should be left, so that people can see. You see this thing where it is, yeah. Kalahari Desert, here where the equator is, in the Congo Kingdom. And many people would say today we have no kings over there. This is a lie. The only thing is they've now become politicians. This means the king's roots. There are some kings still today, but it is now the government that rules over Africa. It's only you can only go to Ghana, then you will see that the Akan or the Akan king and such things, you know. But you will find here everywhere kings around here. If he talks about the remnant and David's house, he's talking about the tabernacle, the Levites. He's talking about the commandments and the statutes and the place beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. As you can see here, he said that he will put a kingdom. This is Beulah, Brazzaville, Beto, you have Beersheba, up to Southern Africa. You have all the things in Mozambique. This is where he established his kingdom after coming from Egypt, Kemet. And he said that you would put a lamp over there forever. And this is the lamp that shows the world that we came from the Middle East. So let's say like that we came from here, from Egypt. You see, Middle East and Egypt is the same. Okay. Now, and this is the light that we brought to the sub-Saharan Africa. Now, why do I say that? It's because many people think that if we talk about going back to our ancestry, they think that we have to become like Egyptians. As you can see, you have Algeria here, Libya here, Egypt here, Sudan here, Chad, Niger, Mali. Yeah, Mali is also Timbuktu. All of these people are Hamites. So here the map is very clear. Here, all where do you see green here? You see, this is Bantu land. Okay? And look how small they put here the white place here. Here now the Bantu should live normally. But all that what is green, yeah, all them are Hamites. And so you want to tell me, people want to tell me now that the people here and some of the people of the western border of Africa have the same manner. No, they have to learn. And this is the problem that we have always. And people must start recognize that. But they will, because we are going now to the Zionists of Africa, and you will find the Zionists also in the most of the Zionists in Western Africa. What means Zionists? So it is very important because there was a time white people came to Africa to find gold, to attack the here the Benabetu, because we came from here. Some of us this way right here. Some of us stuck here, but they knew that we will go down here to the heart, and they came down here to colonize us. Yes, because they saw the light. They followed the light, the star, the light of the Tanzania that he gives us. So they came down here also to know where King Solomon's treasures are and all those things. Now, after fighting us, there was a time colonizing us, taking our people away from the country. As you can see, some of us should left and some of us should go. And after that, they could not stay no longer here, and they had to leave the country, the land, because of people like Simon Toko. People can say no, but in the spiritual world, Simon Toko has done a lot for Africa, really. And if you see the history of Simon Toko, even white people noted it, that the Belgium went out of Africa. Many Portuguese went out of Africa. The only thing that they left is their spirit. Now, if the only thing that is left is spirit, and all this time we had the Jehovah wickedness, the Jehovah wickedness, Catholic Church, the Jewish Freemasons, Jewish people in the so-called Middle East today. Then you had the Dutch, the French, you had the Portuguese, like I told you, the English, and also the English. Now, these people attacked Africa because it was like, yeah, we have to attack the children of Israel. This is what the people does not understand. And most of the people think like, no, they attacked Africa because of the riches of Africa. No, they attacked. The first thing why they attacked Africa was they followed the star, the promises. Now, and the most people that had them came from the western border of Africa. Okay, and I've made a video about that. No, now, even today we cannot unite, and we will not unite, and Tatanzambi will not unite. Because it can't be according to this prophecy. And beware lest you rise your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the hosts of heaven, you'll be drawn away and bow down to them and serve them. Things that Tatanzambi and Pungu alluded to them, all the people under the whole earth. But the Lord has, so Tatanzambi has taken you and brought you out of the furnace, out of Egypt. So Tatanzambi is not a liar here. That's why we can also not say that yes, we should go back to learn Egyptian science, to learn Kamata, to learn about Akan. No! No, 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 no. We will never do that. We will never accept that, and we will never do that, because this is not the truth. Okay? Even we had in the Abrahamic family, we had Nilotics. You see, some people also mixed with them, but where are they today? The most of the Nilotics today, all of them goes after the Hamitic. You can go. They did not even pass the way of Isaac. So Jacob, no, they are no Jacob. So this is the problem here. So this is why we are in battle. It is like many people will say, okay, Africa is united, or Africa unite, but Africa can't unite according to Tatanzambi, because Tatanzambi say, no, I made a separation between you and the Hamitic people and the people of Japheth. So there is a difference. Yeah, we cannot say that we are the same people, and you will see it here. So now, okay, normally I wanted to make a video about Jehovah's Witness, so I changed it. Now, let us go directly to the Zionists the Zionists of Africa. Now, the Rwandan genocide wasn't a product of years of ethnic tension between Hutu and Tutsi, as it is familiar repeated in parrot-like fashion and assumed awash in colonialists and Orientalists, undertones and overtones. It was a result of Zionist Western intrigue, neocolonialism, and intelligence operations at the highest levels. A devilish association was the part of the massacres and ethnic cleansing that eventually became genocide. Now, Juvenal Habyarimana, the president of Rwanda, was brutally murdered on the 6th, 1949. When his plane was shot down by forces of the Rwandan Patriot RPF, led by current Rwandan President Paul Kagame, who held office despite being accused of plethora of war crimes. Now, this was the culmination of seductive warfare that began in late 1990 when Kagame's RPF invaded from Zionist proxy state Uganda with backing funds and army from the CIA and the US State Department. Jewish Zionist was criminal Madeleine Albright in collusion with Kofi Annan covered up the origin of the RPF and its atrocities at the UN. Now, Kagame was fully backed by the Zionist government of America, Britain, and Israel itself provided direct support as well. Mossad agents were embarked with Kagame's RPF from 1990 until the genocide concluded in 1994. The primary mover and shaker in the horrific travesty of humanity that unfolded in Rwanda during those years, the war criminal who can be considered the architect of the Rwandan genocide was Israeli. The name was Spy Master David Kimish, a Zionist godfather who participated in the ethnic cleansing of Palestine, designed Mossad's doctrines and modus operandi, had found Mossad's research department, established Mossad's foothold in Africa in the 1960s. As an agent of its terror unit, laid the groundwork for the Sapra and Shatila massacre by building up the Jewish occupations regime ties with the Plangists and whole host of other services to international Zionism. Now, Kagame Kimesh's puppet and protege, surely as a repayment for its help in establishing his rule, has become one of the youth offspring Jewish entities' most visible and vocal African allies. He visited occupied Palestine for the 16th anniversary of the Nakba and became initiated in the Jewish religion of Holocaustianity. During his visit, he met with Israeli war criminal Shimon Peres, real name Shimon Persiki, and Tzipi Livni, and well as Burkina Faso's President Blaise Compaoré, Anand Mossad Assad, who with strong Israeli support, other views, and murdered Burkinabe revolutionary leader Thomas Sankara, one of the great freedom fighters of the modern era. Now, to say a little thing about it, all the things that you see, where is the map? So, here's the good map. Now, also the Tutsi, they came as well from Egypt. So, you have all the problems that you see in Africa, the so-called Africa, are Hamitic people and Islam and people that like Jehovah wickedness, some Christian, Africa is Christianized. Christianity is the problem in Africa. And you have another problem that we call Freemasonry. Freemasonry, you know. The biggest problem that we have is a spiritual problem. The most of the most of the people in Africa do not worship Tatanzambi and Pungutulendo, the invisible God. So you have all over here people with shrines, with different kinds of ethnies, languages, you know, and that's why the enemy, it is very, very easy for the enemy to bring certain people in our midst. And Kagame was one of them. We had in our history, we had someone. His name was Mobutu. Mobutu, he started very well. He has started his work with how can I explain? He have started his work with fighting the Europeans. He did agriculture in Congo. He have started doing good things all over Africa. He had so much power. He had a big military. His military was very, very strong. But later, because even Gaddafi, people like Gaddafi, they told him to do great things, because at that time Gaddafi said, I have the money and you have the military, so let us work together. You see, and if you see Porsche, if you see Mercedes, if you see some other things, you will see also the signature of Mobutu. Mobutu was not a small man, and Mobutu also brought, by the way, Muhammad Ali to Congo. Ali Bomaye. So the Ali fought in Congo. The fight was in Congo that Ali fought, a big fight there. And to show, Ali wanted to show that Congo is the place. Congo is the area where where he comes from, you know. But also you could see that Ali was, his name wasn't Ali at all, you know, and he changed it because of the Islam, because he didn't know where he should go, because you had Christianity killing us. You have all this wickedness, Mormons, Jehovah wickedness. You have all these Baptists, you know. So Ali did not know where he should go, you know. And he found the way to the Muslims, like many other brothers, even today. But if you see people like Louis Farrakhan and all these people, you have to know that the Zionists, so the Jewish people, they created those associations, those churches or Templars like Louis Farrakhan. And this is where we have to be very, very careful. And we have to know where we are, because that is why many people does not understand why we are so concentrated on that point right here. or not here or in the point from other parts of the world. We are concentrated here on this point only. Even if we know we have some certain Bantus here in that area, and we are concentrated also from the scattered people, okay? Because people might be scattered, but what the real spirituality comes from this point right here. Only. Not even Southern Africa, they have also lost, because if you see the history of Shaka Zulu, they have also lost the way to the heavens, the way of worship Tatanzambi. So, but here in that point here, like Congo, Brazzaville, Congo, Gabon, Congo, Angola, Zaire, there Tatanzambi have made a big pact, alliance, with these people, and from there is a new spirit. The spirit of Yah showed us who we are, and we want to bless others to know especially who they are, because of this blessing that came upon the prophets and upon how can I explain, the children of Israel that went to this certain place. Now, that's why we are here always, and we are talking about the remnant, and we are talking about the people that went out to the countries all over the world, and we are also talking about the people that will join us, that will be one of us, that will come from Patros, from Elam, and all those things. So many people will come to the sub-Saharan Africa, and one day people will understand this. Now, you have here, when it was all said and done, the Mossad, RPF, CIA nexus murdered about 1 million men, women and children, and the majority of the victims were Hutu, not Tutsi. So the Tutsi, what Tutsi as well, we call them, they came, they also intermingled, they came and with the RPF and started killing. There's a nice movie, it's called Hotel Rwanda, starting killing people in the Rwanda. Also Rwanda, you have to know, is ancient Israel as well, the land of thousand hills. Okay, it's also, Rwanda is ancient Israel, it's not a joke. Sub-Saharan Africa is not to joke with. And there, because they wanted to occupy also Congo, they have started it here, attacked and killed many Hutu people. A big genocide was happens, and the people from Kagame becomes heroes. Here, like I told you, Hotel Rwanda produced Lionsgate's film United Artists. This is a good movie where you will find a lot of information about this Zionist movements. Also, you have the African Congress in affiliate of Southern Africa, Jewish board deputies, and the World Jewish Congress, one of the most powerful Jewish Zionist groups of the planet. The executive director of the African Jewish Congress is Rabbi Moshe Silberhaft, who was rabbinically ordained in occupied Al-Quds and citizens of the criminal Zionist entity. To repeat, Feigenbaum is no humanitarian, no human rights activist. She is a cultural Zionist imposing cultural Zionism, as known as Jewish cultural imperialism. Now, we are going to Nigeria. The legendary Nigerian revolutionary and musical renegade Fela Kuti famously declared the European cultural imperialism was the biggest enemy of the African and was the thing most vital for him to fight against. In this spirit, and addendum should be added, the Jewish cultural imperialism, cultural Zionism, is an enemy just as deadly to the African, if not more so, due to Jewish religious teaching and Zionist occupation policy. which is rooted in Judaic wisdom, both being inherently anti-black. Cultural Zionism will install in its African victim a brutal cognitive dissonance in which they violently despise racism but also love Zionists. Despite their abyssal and ancient supremacist beliefs, is specifically in regards to the African who in their Judaic worldview is internally damned to slavery and blackness because of the curse of Ham. So, and this is here the problem here. Now, the history of the curse of Ham, it's the problem. Yeah, it's a big problem. Yeah, but no, you know, this is not easy, you know, because here I have to bring a little bit about my political view, and I cannot say too much about it. And even if I go now to politics, I can't even say anything about yeah or something like that. So this means I have to take that Nzambi always by sight. But the political regime that we will bring into the world will be a political regime also with the spiritual influence. This means my political regime will never be out, the spiritual things will be never out from it. And that's why you can see that also the many of the African Freemasons, they go to bow down in front of popes, they do rituals, because they always searching for their spiritualism. And we cannot mix the Hamitic spirituality with the spirituality of the sub-Saharan Bantus. We cannot mix it. We can't do that. And this is that what they say we should do, but if this would happen, if the Tatanzambi would like this to happen, that the Hamitics should rule again, it is like Egypt will rule again over Israel, and this prophecy here would be false. It would be like you and you people and the Hamitic people would be the same. No, Tatanzambi won't let this happen. Okay, he never would let this happen, and this is what the European governments want. They want the Hamitic people always to rule over us, or Edomites, people from Edo states. You know, some people from Nigeria are Edomites. Many people does not know that, where the name Edomites have started. Now, we are going to read a little bit more. Now, Nigeria, the former president that Jonathan regime brought in the team of Mossad and CIA operatives overseen by Israeli ambassador to the Nigerian Moshe Ram to probe, run its secretary service. The Zionist entity is attempting to break up Nigeria using Boko Haram Islamic group, chaos the country has oil, gold, etc. So, like I told you, this is that what they do. You cannot go and say we and the Islam, we have the same God. You can't go and say we and the Chinese, we have the same God. You can't go and say we and the Europeans, we have the same God. This won't happen. This can't be. And this is this is why Africa has big old problems, you know. Now here, Micah 4 and 5, Prophet Micah, for all the peoples walk in each name of its God, but we will walk in the name of the Tanzania and Zulu forever and ever. So this is the problem here, you see. So someone has to lose. Okay, this is the fight of Africa. The fight of Africa is a big fight, and it's a fight also it is a religious fight. Now we have here Central African Republic, and this is very important now here. We have Jean Bedel Bokassa. Jean Bedel Bokassa, the closest friend of the megalomaniac Bokassa, was one of the offspring Jewish entity, famous generals, General Shmuel Goen Gordish. The Israeli general, in addition to his military and security advice, built up the public relations of Bokassa throughout the globe. Gonen Korodish also embraced large amounts of taxes and customs from the state's treasury. Two their relationships didn't last long. When the military coup ousted Bokassa from power, Gonen Gordish helped him flee to the Ivory Coast. Now, you have here all them. Also Sierra Leone. The small trouble in diamond-rich Sierra Leone was virtually run by Marat Balugala, the Ukraine Jewish mob boss of the most powerful criminal organization on earth. The Red Mafia Sierra Leone president, Joseph Mono, didn't have any problems with the Jewish syndicate, setting up global smuggling and money laundering operation in Freetown because Balugala's associated in return bankrolled Mono's 1985 presidential campaign. Mossad agents named Shabtai Kalmonchvich, who trained Momo presidential guard and assisted in the crushing of an attempted coup in 1986. Balagula and Kalamonvich were introduced by Rabbi Ronald Greenwald, a frontman of the interests of Mark Rich, the famous billionaire Jewish criminal pardoned by Bill Clinton. You have also Zionists in the DRC. Now, you have also Zionist networks in Congo. They have monopoly over Congo's diamonds, a dominant stake in Congo copper, and the largest cobalt mining company in the world. The Congolese government is exchanged for high levels Israeli defense and intelligence assistance give them access. Now, it goes on and on. You have everywhere. You have here Thomas Isodore, this is Ghana. No, this is Burkina Faso, sorry. Thomas Isodore Noel Sankara, the Burkinabe revolutionary, Pan-Africanist and righteous leader of Burkina Faso from 1983 to 1987, was certainly the Che Guevara of Africa. Everyone knows Che Guevara. Sankara was known for his incorruptibility and radical and successful policies that includes land reform, women's rights, literacy promotion, education, famine prevention, resource nationalism, anti-neoliberalism, anti-Zionism, anti-imperialism, public health care, social justice and legal punishment for all previous oppressors, colonialists and collaborators alike. Thomas Sankara was nothing short of remarkable. Unfortunately, however, his extraordinary and pristine life came to an end on October 15, 1987, when he was overthrown and executed in a coup dictated by intelligence, and the CIA aided the coup. But there is yet another player that isn't discussed. Not only has the offspring Zionist entities, foreign affairs, military described Burkina Faso as one of the Israel's most loyal friends in Africa, but Blaise Compaoré is an honorary member of the International Raoul Wallenberg Foundation. So also Ghana, the Zionist entity has also fully restored its diplomatic ties with the West African nation of Ghana. You see, you have more than 4 decades after Mossad overthrew Ghanaian founding after and cherished leader Kwame Nkrumah in its secret war with the Chinese Secret Intelligence Service CSIS. The offspring Jewish entity would end the war with CSIS after Nkrumah affair and then forge an alliance with to curtail Soviet influence in Africa, as per the policy designed by Mir Amit to keep superpowers divided and weakened in the name of Jewish survival. Mossad would do just that in the years following, pitting Chinese operatives against Russian operatives and using Africa as the battleground. So the thing is that Africa is full of Zionists, and especially the western border of Africa. Their work is to fighting the Bantu people, but also all of the other nations. This means all of the other nations in Africa. And even if you see Ghana today or Nigeria are developed, it's because it's ruled by Ishmael. It's ruled by Ishmael and Edom. Okay, now it is written, Menalus, a traitor, Negro, Benjamin also joined himself with the white Grecians, and with great dissimulation enlarged Antiochus, not for the safeguard of the country, but because he thought to have been made governor. You see, so these people, the only thing that they want is to become successful, you know, and they do not care about others, you know. So how can Africa be united if we have certain people here on earth, that fights the black color, that fights the Tanzania Amazulu, and also fights the Hamites, because the Hamites also were sold, because Hamites started to sell the Benabeto, and after that the Hamites as well was sold. So Africa is not united, because Africa has a lot of different entities and groups. Like, according, again, I can show it to you again, because people might think, oh, Africa unite, how? Here, Micah 5:4-5, for all the peoples walk each in the name of its God, but we will walk in the name of the Tanzania Mazulu. So who is all the other people here? All the other people are all the other people. You can't take it away. The Tanzania is very clear. People want to mix us up like, yeah, you and the others are the same. No way, we are not. We are not the same, because especially Angola, Congo, especially these two, and Kenya, Mozambique, Sub-Saharan Africa is targeted. This is the place where even Southern Africa is no more so strong because of the government. The government with Nelson Mandela and all of them, we are coming to him soon. They sold out. They put him to jail and all these things, and he himself was a big Freemason. And also we have in Congo Freemasons, we have also in Angola Freemasons as well. But this means not that these people lives better because of that. But in the western countries of Africa, or in the southern part of Africa, you can see that South Africa is very nice, builded, white people live there, everywhere you see that it is a sold out country, sold out. Now, we are coming to that soon. First, we want to read First Chronicles. First Chronicles 16 and 29. That's why you see that they could push HIV and many other things in Southern Africa, Namib. It's because the government are Zionists. They agreed with. They helped the white people to do that. And yeah, some people like Mandela, first they fought against it, but later they saw, oh, my life, and because they are not prophets, they are just politicians, and they won't die for their people, and yeah, this is what happens. Now, for all the gods of the people are worthless, idols, but the Tanzambi made the heavens. So the thing is, all the nations have their gods, but the Tanzambian Pung who has made the heavens. So this means we can't go after the manner of the others. Everyone has his God here. And if our people today only goes after the gods of the others, we can't stand up. Now, let us go to deeper revelations. What happens in the ancient time? Menelaus, also an Israelite, because many people does not know that the nations of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, they fought each other. So this is that what most of the people does not know. The work of the Tanzambi is to unite again, to unite again the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah and Israel, to unite them, and also to bring them back where they come from, to establish to build up the walls, to make everything new. And also he will give the Hamites a place where they will live. And some of the remnant of the Gentiles also will come with us. This is the plan. So many people think that if we talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, I don't know if they read the scriptures, these tribes always fought each other. The tribes, the brothers, they became tribes later, fought each other. And it wasn't here in the little Middle East. They fought each other here. This playground here, this Africa here was also big even to the Middle East. And all this playground here was the fighting ground of David, Solomon, we have also Saul. Okay, I will find a verse for you just to prove that, and to show you that the Tanzambi is very clear with that. If you say that our people fought each other, many people think that Africa has started to fight each other today. No, the tribes fought each other. This is something that always happens in the ancient times, and this is what we have to know. Now, if we go back to the scriptures, Negro leaders have been turning traitors in favor of oppressors' interest. In the third book of Maccabees 7:11, by accepting the demonic Hellenist Greco-Roman ritualistic initiations, some as Freemasons, Illuminators, adherents, Christians, and Muslim priests, pastors, cardinals, etc. These traitors do so by the virtue of sanctuaring protection from the white man. Now, Idumea, etc. Having then received certain proofs that these Jewish Negro traitors bears us every sort of ill will, we must look forward to possibility of some sudden tumult among ourselves, when these impious men may turn traitors and barbarous enemies. This is the book of Maccabees, Makeba, 3 and 24, to do away with the appearance of hating them. All he had it's written underneath that if any of them should elect to enter the community of those initiated in the rites, this should have equal rights with the Alexandrians. So this is that what happens, yeah, with our Negro brothers, with some of our like the Bible called them Jews, black Jews, the real Jews. They become traitors, by doing certain rituals, by doing certain rituals like the white man does, So the Pebeyanlongo of the Tatanzambi is not ruling over the earth like it was in the time of David or in the time of Solomon, by the way, he fall later. But yes, it's not. We do not have a kingdomship. Also, if Ghana say they have a kingdomship, no, they have a president over there that rules over the king. We have in Nigeria, we have a president over there, and Muslim president, an Islamic president, So it is not the kingdomship of Africa that rules today. No, there are certain people, presidents that rules over us, and most of them are Freemasons, because this is that what they have to become if they want to rule. Now, this is nothing new. This happens in Alexandrians in Egypt to our people. They started to betray. They started to fight the Negroes, the Benabeto. And some of the Negroes traitors who were over the city, this is the third book of Maccabee, 2 and 30, 1 and 2 and 30. Therefore, abhorring any approach to the city of pity, unhesitatingly gave into the king, and expected to derive some great honor from a future connection with him. So this is that what they have done. They selling our goods, they selling our people, and so that they can be good with them. Everything is written in the scriptures. And also again, but he, Melanus, the young brother of another Negro traitor Simon, being brought to the presence of the king, when he had magnified him for the glorious appearance of his power, got the priesthoods to himself, offering more than Josan, traitor Negro priest, by 300 talents of silver. So now the money also welcomes. You will see here that money is also a big thing. Pastors are a problem as well. Pastors, so-called prophets that they use, all this Hellenistic churches, Roman from Christian, Muslims, and this is all the things that happens. These are the people that are ruling still today. Nothing has changed under the sun. So he came with the king's mandate, bringing nothing worthy, and the high priesthood, but having the fury of a cruel tyrant and the rage of the savage beast. Hallelujah. Then Jason, who had undermitted his own brother Simon, being undermitted by another Menelaus, was compelled to flee into the country of the Ammonites. These are also some things that always happen. Because it's kind of sorcery. After all the sorcery is going to become worst for these African presidents and dictators, whatever we can call them, then the white man is trying to kill them or oppress them, oppress their families, etc. You could see that with Gaddafi. Gaddafi said, "What did I do to you?" Because they all work hands in hands together. And if you see this coming to you, then most of us are trying to flee and all these things. So the world is really in the hands of the wicked. And so you can also see in Isaiah 28 and 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing sword shall pass through, then ye shall be thrown down by it. Hallelujah. Now, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing sword shall pass through it, shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood we have hide ourselves. This is that what they say. They think they are very well protected, yeah, and they think no one will attack them because they are doing sorcery. But the Tanzambi is smarter than them, you know. He's much smarter than them. Because this Freemasonry, you can even go here. If I go here, Freemasonry, you see, like, now Freemasonry Africa. Let me go Freemasonry Ghana, especially. You see, it is normal. The Ghanaians, they have the government it's a white man's government. Ghanaians, they work with the white man, hands in hands. You know, this is something you can't deny. You can't see something like that in the Congo. You can't see something like that in Angola. You see, you see smaller groups, but like in Ghana, oh come on. You know, you see all this. That's why you see Ghana's developed. That's why you see Ghana's developed. You see many white people also over there. But you will find it all over Africa, not only Ghana. In Kenya, also things happened over there. Kenyan freedom fighter, legendary revolutionary field Marshal Dedan Kimathi Wasiruri was hung by the Rothschilds financed British colonial regime. One of at least 1,090 Kenyan executed in this manner during the 1950, along with 300,000 other Kenyans thrown into British. Now, concentration camps, he chose dignity over humiliation, liberations over subjugations, death over a life in slavery. It is this kind of steadfastness that the African continent needs now, maybe more than ever before. Without it, the Jewish explanations machine will continue onward with its rampage throughout Africa, leaving an oceanic trail of blood in its track. Kenyan regime signed a security pact that would have Israeli security consultants sent to the East African nations to govern its assault against the Islamic resistance of occupied Somalia, Al-Shabaab. The Somali resistance assailed the Kenyan regime for a traitorous move, slamming the deal as an attack on Islam. You know, it is very easy. It is like wrestling here. Let me show you. Yeah, now we will see them here. WrestleMania, you know. You see these people fighting, you know. They are also prepared because of the corona, you know. So do you see these people fighting each other? But the truth is, behind all them, you see the beast? This is the truth behind them. You know, they're showing you they're fighting each other, you know, making bunch of tricks and la la la, but I never saw someone of them dying. Okay, but the trick behind it is they're making tons of money, you know, it is only a show, and after that all of them going lying on one bed having sex with each other, you know, and but in front of the television you might think that these people are enemies, and this is what is really going on here. In Africa they're using the system that is very, very simple. they are targeting one country, and if they're targeting one country, they will go to another country and tell this country that the target country had nuclear weapons or something like that, and then they will say they used to fight the target country. Then also they will go again to the target country that is already finished, and will give the inhabitants, the people from the villages, weapons. They will give them bigger weapons. You will see a grandma like this. They will go to countries over countries, and they will give you bigger weapons so that you people fight each other, and then they will give you childrens with 15 and 16 years. They will give them weapons, give them drugs. They will give them drugs so that they can become soldiers. So the white man is doing all those things. He's behind the scene, and as you could see here, it is nothing new under the heaven. So the only thing that I did not show you is that this also happened in the ancient times. Israel always fought each other. You could see it how the Bena Yakub, how they sold Joseph. Okay, you could see it. You could see how they sold Joseph. So Israel is not in the Middle East. Okay, this is something you have to understand. They fought each other always. And after that, after losing the manners and statues, Islam saw a hole. Islam came to fight them. Then after Islam, then you saw the Edomites started to fight us. So, and everyone, they came from every border to finish us off. And brothers and sisters, this is the truth. This is something you have to understand, because many people think that they're asking me now, how can we unite? I'm about to answer this end of this year. I will answer how we will unite. But at this moment, we have to be very, very sure, that the Most High was very, very angry at us, because he sold us. We were also soldiers. We but these things like, why you are not united? This hasn't started yet. These are our warriors. This is how we look like. But if you see how King David fought, how Saul fought, please read the scriptures again. First Kings, read. Let me check. First thing that I want. Let me check if I can find here something. Now, let me show you something. First Chronicles. This is where they have always the problems. Okay, you see here the sons of Noah. You see the Hamites. You see. If you see the Hamites, then you see all Cush, Nimrod, Egypt, So, and then you have the Shemites, okay? And this is where they have always the problems with us, and they want to tell us that we are all the same, So they want to put the Bible, they want to say the Bible is a lie, So Africa, we are all the same, we are all together. We do not even look the same. Okay, this is the problem here. We do not look the same. We do not have the same manner. You know, you can't go to a Somalian or to an Ethiopian and say, come on, worship Tatanzambi Amazulu. He will spit on you, man. You see, you can't go to many Western borders there and say, you know who Tatanzambi Amazulu is. He will say, no, we have our God, you know. This is it. You can't change it. You can't change it, okay? But you will find Zambi, the name in Zambia. You will find it in Mozambique. You will see the King Solomon's mines in Angola, Congo. This, the sub-Saharan Africa, is not like the western border of Africa. Not a little bit. Not a little bit. Then you have here, again, the family of Abraham. You have Isaac and Ishmael. So here, again, you have this Ishmael here. Abraham, Nilotic. Then you have, again, the separations and Keturah. You know, this is... you know, then you have Esau as well. So separations are there. The separations are there. Always Tatanzambi saw a separation with Cain and Abel and all these things, you know. We can't go and say we should go after the manner of other nations. This is not good, you know. This is not the way. Now, maybe I will find it for you here. This is very important. Now I will read I will read a lot of things now. So just to show you, yeah, that I am not a liar, that I'm really trying to put this is my mission, by the way, to unite Jacob and Israel, yeah, and the nations that will be a part of us. But you can't unite them if you do not have the eyes of the Tatanzambi people now. Oh, let's put our money together, go to Africa. You don't know about Africa. Africa is there is a war going on in Africa. There is a big war going on in Africa. And we need prophets now. We need real prophets and not... joking around and talking whatever we want, or we are like the Egyptians or something like that. If we go to Genesis 36, you will see the differences between Esau. You will see the differences between Jacob, you know. So if people start telling and yelling, or we came from Egypt and we are like the Egyptians, we should go after the Egyptians' manners. This man is a deceiver. Maybe he's not a deceiver, maybe he's only following his ways of his father. And I accept that. Because even in my group, someone have this was very nice. He have sent something very, very powerful. I was like, wow, this is a good message. Let me show it to you. Where is my group? Now, here. Was this video right here. You see, these are the Indian gods in the car, and you can see how they are throwing away the Indian gods. You see? Can you see that? So if they have their Mami Watas and whatever what they worship, Tatanzambi said to us not to do that. Tatanzambi said to us very, very clear, stop this. I do not want this, you know, and we have to listen to him. We can't go after the manners of the Edomites, Ishmaelites, or any other group. Okay, we will not do that. Never ever. Even if the last man says, "Oh, you people are against unity," because of what? Because of this here. Let me show it to you. This is Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy um, 32, Deuteronomy 32 and 21. Let's start with 21. So the Tanzambis say, they have made me jealous with that what is not a god. They have provoked me to anger with their idols, so I will make them jealous with those who are not people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation, you see. So this is that what happens to us, you know, and we can't go back to it. We can't, we have to wake up. Yeah, we have to wake up. We can't go back to worshiping Baal, you know. We can't do that. Also, he said, because of that, he will explain here now. He say, how could one have chased 1,000 and two have put 10,000 to flight, unless they are rock and had sold them, and the Lord had given them up. So this means our power has given us up. So that's why you could see the Gentiles could they did whatever they want with us, you see. And we can't accept that no more. We can't accept these kinds of things no more, you know. So also he has some other verses if you want to know a little bit more how Tatanzambi thinks about prostitution. We should go to the book of Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 36 and 2. 36 and 2. So thus said the Tanzambi, because the enemy said, "Oh, you aha, and the ancient heights have become our possession." Verse 3. Therefore prophecy and says, thus said the Tanzambi, precisely because they made you desolate and crushed you from all sides, so that you become the possession of the rest of the nations, and you become the talk and evil gossip of the people. Therefore, all mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Tanzambi. Thus said the Tanzambi, the mountains and the hills, the ravines and the valleys, the desolate wasted and distorted cities, which have become a prey desertion the rest of all nations around. Therefore, thus said the Tanzambi, Yah, surely I have spoken in my jealousy against the rest of the nation, against all Edom, who gave my land to themselves as possession with whole-hearted joy and utter contempt, that they might make its petulance a prey. Now we are going to 17 and 24. 17. Son of man, when the house of Israel lived in their own land, they defiled it by their ways and their deeds. Their ways before me were like the uncleanness of a woman in her menstrual impurity. So I poured out my wrath upon them for the blood that they had shed in the land, for the idols which they had defiled. I scattered them among the nations, and they were dispersed through the countries. In accordance with their ways and their deeds, I judged them. But when they came to the nation wherever they came, they profaned my holy name. They profaned my holy name. In that people said of them, these are the people of the Tatanzambi, and yet they had to go out of his land. But I had concern for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the nations to which they came. You see? And then he said, I will put my spirit in you. So this is that where we are going now. You see? Tanzania said he scattered us, but here we will recognize his will. his name. We will talk about him again, and then he will put his spirit in us. And therefore say, the house of Israel, thus says Tatanzambi, it is not for your sake, O house of Israel, that I am about to act for the sake of my holy name, which you profaned among the nation to which you came. And I will vindicate the holiness of my great name, which has been profaned among the nations, and which you have profaned among them. And the nation will know that I am Tatanzambi Yamazulu, your power. When to you I vindicate my holiness before their eyes. I will take you from the nation and gather you from all the countries and bring you into your own land. You see, this is now the mission, and you should know that why I am showing you this movie here, that we went to a land where no one dwelt. We came from here. And we went to here. So why didn't we stay here? Why didn't we stay here? Or why didn't we go to the England or Americas or etc.? The world is big. But we stayed here in sub-Saharan Africa. Why did Tatanzambi do that? It's because he's very, very clear. Our people started to worship the golden calf. We should go far away from the Hamites. Now, let me show you why I want to show you that the Israelites, they had fights. Big old fights. Now, Solomon becomes a king. Now, this is a long story, but I make it so that I can cut it off. So for my other movie, because I'm making the movie King Solomon's Mines. Here you will see that King Solomon is an African king. So then King David answered and said, call Bathsheba to me. And she came into king's presence and stood before the king. The king feared, as Tatanzambi lives, who has redeemed my soul out of all distress. Even as I wrote to you by Tatanzambi Amazulu, saying, assuredly, Solomon your son shall reign after me, and he shall sit upon my throne in my stead. Even so I will certainly do this day. Then Bathsheba bowed with her face to the ground in reverence to the king, and said, O my lord David, live forever. Now, King David said, call Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, and Benaiah. Here you see directly our people. And Benaiah, the son of Yehudiah, for me. So they came before the king. So now, language is very important. Language is very, very important. Okay? Now, all these people that you hear here, okay, prophets over prophets and kings over kings, names, study the names and you will find yourself. You will find all these people, cities, ground, valleys in sub-Saharan Africa. And the king said to them, take with you the servants of your Lord. So, and cause Solomon, my son, to ride upon my own mule, and bring him down to Gihon. Okay, the Nile River. The Nile River. Okay. Okay, I will stop here only now just to show you something. Gihon. Because someone asked me today, where is King Solomon? And he was living in Iraq or something like that. I was laughing because this can't be, you know. I show you why Africa is not united. The name of the second river is Gihon, It's the one that flowed around the whole land of Cush. Now let me go to King James and apply. Now, and the name of the second river is Gihon, the same that is compassed the whole world of Ethiopia. We have Upper Ethiopia and we have Lower Ethiopia. Ethiopia is also sub-Saharan. Ethiopia is also North Africa. So Ethiopia is Africa. And if it's applied the whole land of Ethiopia, it's in every map, it's this river right here. That goes here and becomes here the Great Lake. In Rwanda, Congo, and all these things. Now, also here, the king also said unto them, take with you the servants of the Tanzambi and Cal Solomon my son to ride upon my own mule and bring him down to Gihon. Now, and Zadok the priest, Nathan and the prophet have anointed him king in where? In Gihon. And they are come up from hence rejoicing, so that the city rang again. This the noise that ye have heard. This same Hezekiah also stopped the upper waters of Gihon and brought it straight down to the west side of the city of Africa, and Hezekiah prospered in all his works. So you cannot tell me that King David and all this King Solomon lived in the Middle East or in Iraq. It can't be. So it's against the scriptures. Okay, you can say whatever we want with your scientific knowledge. Okay, we have all our knowledge. That in Zambia always say, my knowledge is not like the knowledge of the world. Now, another proof that it can't be, okay, I want to show you, I want to go ahead. So it's because Tatanzambi will choose his king. Only to show you how Tatanzambi works. Yeah, you want a king? You want a king over you. Tatanzambi, all of ours now are searching for a king. And Tatanzambi is about to give you a king. Okay? And let Zadok the priest and Nathan and prophet there anoint him king over Israel and blow the trumpet and say, Yahweh says Solomon, then you shall come up after him, and he shall come sit on the throne, be king. I have appointed him to be ruler over Israel, over Judah. Benaiah the son of Jehoiada answered the king and said, Amen. Also the name Amen comes from an Egyptian god. So just to show you that we have a lot of things from the Egyptians, but this does not make us Egyptians. And we will never go to the manner of these people. So may Tatanzambi and Pungu, my lord, the king, also say so. As Nzambi has been with you, Lord King, may he also be with Solomon and make his throne greater than the throne of my lord King David. So Zadok, the priest, Nathan, the prophet Benaiah, the son of Yehudiah, the Keritias, the Pheletites went down to Solomon ride King David's mule and brought him to Gihon. Zadok priest took a horn of oil out of the tabernacle and anointed him. Then they blew a trumpet, and all the people said, Yah save King Solomon. All the people came to see him and played flutes and greatly rejoiced that the earth should shock and the sound. Now, before all this happens, before he was anointed in Gihon, there was a fight with Adoniah and all the guests here. You have to read it. You have to read this story. The story is so amazing. So again, so Zadok the priest and Nathan and the prophet Nathan, Benaiah of Judah, and all these people started to sing for Solomon, right? But David had other sons. Now listen, Adoniah and all the guests that were with him heard the commotion as they were finished their meal. Okay? And when Joab heard the sound of the trumpets, he said, Why is the city so loud and in an uproar? So the thing is, David had another son, and this son wanted to become the king. But according to Tatanzambi and his prophecies, Solomon should become the king. So, and because all this happened, all these things, I will show you that with the King Solomon's Mind video. Here, all these things happened here. And up to Ethiopia, Somalia, here in this ground here. Sudan, okay? Not here, not here, not here, okay? Not here, and not somewhere, I don't know, you know? No, this happened in the sub-Saharan Africa. Now listen, what happens here? Adonia, they heard the trumpet, they understood, ooh, Tatanzambi, oh, something is happening in the city. While he was speaking, Jonathan, the son of Abiathar, the priest came. Adoniah said to him, come, and for you are a valiant man, and bring good tidings. Jonathan answered Adoniah, saying, surely our Lord King David has made Solomon king. The king has sent with him Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, Benaiah the son of Yehudiah, and the Keretes and the Pelehites. And they had him ride on the king's mule. And Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, have anointed him king in Gihon. And they have come up from the rejoicing, so that the city is in uproar. This is the noise that you heard. Also Solomon sits on the throne of King David. Moreover, the king's servants came to bless our Lord King David, saying, may Yah make the name of Solomon better than your name, and make his throne greater than your throne. And the king blows himself upon the bed. And the king also said, blessed be Tatanzambi Amazulu of Israel, who has given one to sit on my throne this day, so that I could see my own eyes. All these guests that were with Adoniah were afraid, and rose up and went on their way. Adoniah feared Solomon, so he got up and went to the altar and held on to its horns. Then Solomon was told, Adoniah fears King Solomon, for he has caught hold on the horns on the altar, saying, let King Solomon swear to me today that he will not slay his servant with the sword. Now the thing is, if you read according to you can start 1 King verse 1, you will see how many fights King David had. And after that, Solomon and all these things. You will see that all these fights against Manasseh, and you will see Benjamites. Do you know the children of Israel fought each other? You know, I can go here to 1 Kings 1. 1 Kings. Oh yeah. Yes, 1 Kings 1, and let's go to 15. So Bathsheba, it's very important, this name Bathsheba, right? So then you can find this Bathsheba, you will find it in the sub-Saharan Africa. Okay? You can really find this name Bathsheba in the sub-Saharan Africa, okay? Okay? Let me show you. I think they write it a little bit different. But you will find it easily. Now the problem is the writing now, because here Bathsheba, Africa. You see? Bathsheba, King Solomon's Canaanites. You see here? Canaanite. You see? Mother, history. You have even cities in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, Bathsheba. So the mixture was there. The mixture was there. I can't deny it. You see? Because now I do not have the map here. I would show you Bathsheba, the city. I will show you that in the Africa. In the Africa. You will be like, what's going on here? Here. Bathsheba. Barbados. Okay, this is not. It's here, you see? Bathsheba, they show you here. It's here, this border here. You will find Bathsheba in the maps. Now, the thing that I want to show you is that we ruled over the Africans. We ruled over all these presidents here. We ruled over Ghana. We ruled over West African border. That's why they call it Niger Congo. Niger Congo. Niger Congo. We ruled over them. But today, things has changed. And people want to tell us who we are. And I can't accept that, even by my mission that I have to unite people. I can't accept the lie. And that Nzambi will show us who the king is that he will choose, who his children are. He will show us, according to the scriptures, the truth. Because it's a big fight that is going on here. No, King David fought these fights. Yeah, David charged to Solomon. If you read these kinds of things, he fought big fights against the Somalis, against. They had another names, by the way. Okay, if you go to the European cards and the names, they had all other names. All of us had our other names. The only names that you will find is Zaire. Zaire has never changed. If you go to 2 Kings 8:21, Zaire is not new. Zaire is so old you can't imagine.